Are you still stuck at 2.5 million bounty? Yeah, you are. Well then make sure to watch this video till the end because I'll be telling you guys the top 10 best PvP fruits that you guys can use. And by using these fruits, you could easily get up to 30 million bounty in like a week.
Stop the cap.
Also, thanks a lot for 1500 subscribers. You guys mean a lot. And if we can get to 2000 subscribers before the end of this month, that would mean a lot. And also make sure to join the Discord server because anybody who joins before we reach 1000 members gets the OG role. And right now we're at 738. Anyways, now let's quit the yapping and let's start with this video. The first fruit we're going to talk about is the ice fruit, and this is probably one of my favorite stunning fruits. Now make sure to get this fruit awakened, it is not that expensive, and you also get 2 titles, so that's a win-win. And the bright side is that this fruit also has an M1, but we're not going to be using this as a fruit main, we're going to be using this as a stunning fruit because just look at all of these moves. Now every single move is mainly a stunning move, so you could easily combo that with a sword or a melee attack. And for some people who even use guns in 2025, yeah, okay, fine. So the cold storm does not stun it, but you could easily still do a combo with this and easily hit the enemy, but it also matters on personal preference. I would never use the cold storm in a PvP. What I would use would be the glacial surge, because just look at that. And at the end, if you can TP, you can easily hit them off with another move because they would be stunned. And then we have frozen dragon, which also stuns, so you could easily hit off with a combo. And then we also have absolute zero, which is also a stunning move, and this stuns for quite a long time. That's like 2.5 seconds I think, so you could easily use this to your advantage and hit off a couple of moves. Let's not forget the fact that you can even walk or dash on water, which is a really cool feature. The next fruit is Buddha, and yes, this is in this list, but it is not the best fruit for PvP. But if you use this fruit correctly, you are going to be so toxic. Now for this fruit, all you have to do is spend 500 fragments and get this move unlocked, because yes, you're gonna be using your sword or your melee. I would suggest you guys to use your sword. The best thing about this fruit is that it can counter basically any combo, because once you have maxed out aura, you don't deal 67.8% of the damage. Now once I shift into a ginormous guy with a really cool face and an underwear, you will notice that once I go up to these NPCs, they won't do a lot of damage to me. And during PvP, this works out a lot because they won't do any damage to you, and you're gonna be doing lots of damage just with your M1s. And if you use a sword like Dragonstorm, then yes, you're gonna be so OP because you can hit AoE moves just like that or like this. That's one of the only reasons that Buddha is really good, and that's why it's on the end of this list. Also, let me know down in the comment section below what your top 10 favorite fruits are, because I'm really curious. So let me know what your top 10 favorite PvP fruits are, and I'll give them all a look. The next fruit is going to be dark, and this is one of my most favorite fruits. And the good thing about this fruit is that the mastery is extremely low, so you don't have to grind a lot. And if you're starting PvP, this is one of the best fruits you can use. So what you guys can do is be a fruit main and then do melee damage. So just use this fruit to stun, so you deal damage and stun, and then you can also use your melee to do more damage as your main. It is not that expensive to awaken it as well, and it has a really good range and good stun. The Z move is kind of like a snipe, so it's not really that useful, but the Abyssal Garden is one of the best moves because it stuns as long as you hold it, and I just did 200 damage on one tap. So as long as I'm holding it, I'm gonna be doing damage, and just look at how much damage I just did, around 3k, and then I can do a combo and easily finish him off. And then we have the Endless Hold. This is one of my favorite moves because they're totally stunned, and I just did 3k damage on that as well, and then you can do a combo just like earlier as I said. Okay, then we have the Dark Bomb, and I don't really like this move because it's kind of hard to use it, but if you're skillful, this move is literally N tier. So all you have to do is go into the air a little bit and aim at the person you're shooting, and easily they're going to be stunned, and you can just go ahead and grab them and finish them off with a combo. But then again, this route is really cheap and it's really good for PvP, so make sure you use this route as well. The next route is going to be Quake, and now we're getting somewhere because this route is literally so next level and it is so underrated. And if you know how to use this route, then you are easily going to win your fights. Now this route is quite expensive to awaken, but if you awaken it, it's going to be really helpful because it does a lot of damage and it also has a really big AoE as well and good range as well. Now not only is this route's AoE so good, the damage is also really good as well. Okay, the Fatal Demolisher is one of my favorite moves because the animation on this is just crazy, and then you can instantly dash up to them and do the second move as well, and the fact that it did 4k damage is just crazy. Oh, can you stop? Then we have the Air Crusher, which is not my favorite fruit. It has tons of knockback, so you could end your combos with this one. And then we have Spatial Shockwave, which is also a pretty decent move, and it does really good damage as well. I don't know where he went. Okay, just died, bro. And then we have the Sea Quake move. This is just end level, bro. 4 enemies over here. Okay, we're gonna use this move and let's see how much damage we do. But they're gonna get some tsunamis all over the island. And let's see. Oh my days, we just did like 15k. So 15k damage is actually crazy, bro. And then of course you could just do any one of your other moves and just damage them even more. But trust me, if you guys know how to use Quake, this is gonna be a really good fruit. And this is really on the like mid tier of PvP grinding. So if you're a beginner, don't use this fruit. The next fruit is Dough, and this is one of the most broken PvP fruits out there. And honestly, this is one of my personal favorites. And it is also pretty toxic, so use it at your own risk. To awaken this, it is really expensive and really lengthy. So do this at your own risk, bro. It's gonna take a lot of time. But the good thing is that the AoE and moves, everything is so good that this fruit is probably the most worth it fruit. And honestly, I would have paid 4 or 5k Robux to just get the perm version of this. It also has an M1 and all of the moves are really good, so let's get into it. It also has a movement move, which is really good, and it's actually pretty fast as well. But now that we have made it over here, let's go ahead and show you guys the move. The first move, which is one of my personal favorites, is Missile Jab. Now the good thing about this move is that it is really good for combo starting. As just look at the damage it does, and the move is really good as well. Then we have Pastry Brewer, which has like 2 variations. So once if the enemy is on the floor, then it's going to do something like this. Because if they're not on the floor, this is what it's going to be like. So yeah, make sure to do it at the floor so you could easily do a combo with it and easily end them off. Then we have the Piercing Clothesline, which is honestly one of my favorite moves in this whole entire game. And you could actually hold this as well. So let's say the enemy's over there, just hold it and go over to it. And it would automatically catch them, and you could do a move and then easily end them off with a combo. Then we have the V move, which is also really good because it does tons of damage and it holds for a long period of time. And I just did 7k damage just like that. Now the only reason that this is not at the top 3 is because there are really good fruits at the end of this video. So make sure to keep watching and also hit that subscribe button if you guys have not already. Like, are you still watching for free? Okay, then we have Kitsun, one of my most favorite perms in this game. And one of the main reasons that I really like this fruit is because how fast it is. Now the good thing is that you don't need to awaken this fruit because it already has a transformation which is free. But the bad thing is that it is kind of expensive. Okay, let's transform, and the transformation animation is actually pretty good as well. And just look at how fast I already am. It is way faster than a normal person. And if I equip the pilot helmet, then just see how much faster I get. Oh my days, this is like a full drift car. This is actually a really fun fruit to use as well. But the really best thing about this fruit is one of the M1s because it is actually so OP. It stuns the NPC or the enemy, and it deals really good damage as well. So yeah, I would really use these M1s in a PvP as well. Okay, up on number 1 we have the Accursed Enchantment, and this move does like 6k damage. Just look at how much damage. Oh my days, it did around 10k to 2 people, around 5k to a single NPC. And then we have Tales of Burning Agony, and this move is, oh my days, just look at those animation, 8k damage. Then we have the Foxfire Distribution. Oh my days, bro, 6.4k damage. And then we have the Wild Assault, which is also pretty decent. I kind of missed, but I still did some damage. Yeah, the only downside for this fruit is that it's actually pretty expensive to get if you're trying to aim for the permanent version, but if you want the normal one, it's not that expensive. The next fruit we're going to talk about is Portal, and this is not the best fruit for like PvP, but this is one of the best fruits if you're trying to PvP as a sword main. Now, as you see, it has an M1 which basically pushes you up a lot, so it's basically like a mobility move. Now luckily I own Perm Portal, so let me show you the M1. So this is what the M1 is like. It basically does a backflip, and it's really useful if you're trying to get away from NPCs or something like that. And then we have the Portal Dash, which is also like a movement one, but it does damage as well. But just like that, it did around 3k damage, which is pretty good, but I would suggest you guys to use a sword main for this one. Then we have the Parallel Escape, which doesn't do a lot of damage, but the one thing that it does do is makes you invisible. All you have to do is click on this, and now all you have to do is just, as long as you bring out another weapon, you're going to be safe. So as soon as you bring out the weapon, you're going to be visible to everybody. Then you have the World Grab, which basically teleports you to any area you want to go to. And then of course the Dimensional Rift, which is the Show Stealer. So just go close to an NPC and then just hit this move. Did around 7k damage, that is crazy. Then we have the Quantum Leap, which is also another move for doing damage and then also teleporting as well. All you have to do is hope they go into your portals, and then eventually get damaged. Okay, the next fruit is Gatch, which is actually a really cute model, and this is probably one of the next fruits that are best for PvP. Now obviously it has a gas meter and it's also elemental as well, and the good thing about this fruit is that it deals tons of damage, so this is really good for PvP, and you can basically spam all of the moves and just make a random combo and you're still going to be doing tons of damage. Okay, this is what it looks like once it has evolved, and obviously the M1s are really good as well for this fruit, but we're going to talk about the main thing, which is going to be the moves. So suffocating flames, this is basically like you can aim and do tons of damage, and if the NPC stands over here, they're going to be getting more damage as well. Then we have the bursting vapor, which is, oh my days, one of the best moves this fruit has. It is also really good for damage, and the good thing about this move is that you can hold it down as well. But as you see, there are a lot of balls around me. Let me just aim it at this guy right here, and I just did around 6.5k damage. Then we have Traveling Gas, which is also a damage dealing move, and dang, that's pretty decent. And the next fruit is actually pretty good. Oh my days, I'm stuck. The next fruit is also pretty good as well, so make sure to keep watching. The next fruit is Yeti, and the main reason that it is on top 2 is because it is one of the best fruits for PvP, because it can easily counter Dragon. Now we all know that Dragon is broken for PvP as of right now. Now I don't own Yeti, but I have used it a lot, so I'm going to be telling you guys off of the wiki. Now obviously we know that it is just as good as Leopard, but honestly it is a lot better than Leopard. And dang, the first move is actually really good, and it also stuns, so that's a really good move. You could easily do another move with that. And this fruit is just one of those fruits that you could easily spam and just do tons of damage. So it doesn't matter how much you spam, you're just going to be doing a combo and you're going to be dealing tons of damage. Then we have this move, which basically throws a giant snowball at the enemy, and it's going to be dealing tons of damage as well. Then we have the Glacial Execution, which is one of my favorite moves, I'm not going to lie, because of the animation, and the amount of damage this move does is crazy. Then you have the Bowing Transformation, and then this is the final move. Now this doesn't do the most damage, but it also does really good damage, so it's not that bad. Basically, to end your combos or to just kill the enemy, this is the move that you can use. And the best fruit for PvP is going to be Dragon. Now this is one of the most expensive fruits right now, and that's actually for a really good reason as well. Let me just throw this, I'm not trying to lose this fruit. Now not only is this fruit one of the best fruits for PvP, it basically does not get better than this, because it has really good damage, and the west one is basically better, but the east just looks better. That's why people hype up east even more. But all of the moves do lots of damage and have really good range and large hitbox. You guys have seen the showcase of this fruit. Now I wish I owned this fruit, so please give me a permanent dragon. That would be crazy if somebody gifted it to me. Yeah, my username is on the screen. Nah, I'm just kidding, but if you guys gift me that, that would be crazy, because I really want it on my main account. Anyways, that was enough for this video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit that subscribe button and also join the Discord server. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.